Okay, today we are going to start with Unit 4, page 54. Look at your books. As usual, here we are going to start with the first lesson, which is listen and discuss. We are going to evaluate information about the text, relate, the meaning to the words, indicate text ideas, and name some unusual food. Now look at these, pictures. You realize that here we have different, or let us say unusual food, strange food for us. What is the most unusual food you have ever eaten? Look at the questions on page 54. Here we have 3 different questions. This is the first one. What is the most unusual food you have ever eaten? I think most of you have, let us say, tasted some of the unusual food. How did it taste? Strange, delicious, bad, etc. How did you feel about eating it? Now, are you careful about the kinds of foods you eat? Whether it is healthy, for example, or unhealthy, related to calories of the food, related to, some, let us say, elements that we have to take in our consideration if you want to choose your food. Are you careful about the kinds of foods you eat? Why and why not? Now here, look at your books on page 54. Look at the title. Who can read the title? Who can read the title?
Can I read, teacher?
Yes, Ammar.
You are what you eat. Food
Good.
myths.
You are what you eat. You are what you eat. Food methods. Yes. Here we are going to read some sentences and to say whether these sentences are true according to your knowledge. Okay. You are what you eat. It means, according to your, let us say, choices in food, your health will be. Now look at the you are what you eat. What does it mean? What does it mean? You are what you eat. Who can try to give us, let us say, an explanation for the question? So here, just, this question will differentiate between, the healthy and unhealthy food. If you take, for example, healthy food, you will be what? Strong, you will be, let us say, good shape, fit, etc. But if you don't, so you will suffer from, say, let us say, diseases, a lot of things. Look here, look at the 2 pictures. Here, for example, if you eat junk food or unhealthy food, you will be fat, you will not have good health. But if you eat, for example, the healthy food, different kinds of, healthy food, you will, your shape will be, fit, and you have a good, let us say, body. Okay, now look at, the first picture. What do you think this is? What do you think this is? It is what?
Teacher, this is a dish with a fish on it.
Good. Yes, good. This is a kind of fish. Is it healthy? Eating fish is healthy.
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Now look at, the question. Can fish kill diners? The one who eat, the one who eats, the fish. I think not. You know, this is the usual answer. No, fish is, you know, let us say useful for people. Now, what can you see here? This is what? Chocolate. And as you know, we have a lot of kinds of chocolate. We have dark chocolate, we have milk chocolate.
White chocolate also.
Yes, and white chocolate. Is it good for health?
No, teacher.
Maybe no, maybe not. Yes, yes, good. But you know, this is the usual answer that it is no, because you know it is what? Full of sugar.
Yes.
What do you think here? This is what? Frozen? The picture represents what? Frozen vegetables. You freeze a fresh food. Why? To keep them, you know, longer. We freeze, you know, the fresh food to keep them longer and to use them later. Look at, you know, the picture here. We have apple, potato, onions. Now, what do you think? Taste comes from sense of smell, true or false, according to your knowledge? What do you think? Where does, you know, taste come from? Does it come from, you know, the smell or from taste? Maybe this one. Taste comes from, you know, sense of smell, I think. Look here, what makes jelly colored? I think, you know, red dye. Red dye. Where red dye comes from? We don't know. Now look at these sentences. We are going to circle, you know, these sentences according to our knowledge. We are not going to, let us say, be sure for these sentences. Just, you know, try to read the sentence and to say whether it is true or false according to your knowledge. After reading, you know, the, let us say, article, we are going to return back and answer them correctly. Who can read the first one?
Can I read an answer, teacher?
Yes.
Okay. Many Japanese restaurants serve a kind of fish that can kill diners within hours if it is not prepared properly. Teacher, this is a true answer.
Yes, if you read, you know, the text here, you will find that this is true.
Yeah.
Yes. Here we have, you know, restaurants in Japan serve a kind of fish which, you know, kill people if it is not, you know, cooked well. Good. Now, what about, you know, number two? Who can read number two? Who can read number two?
Can I start?
Yes, Abdullah.
Eating chocolate has been linked to an increase in heart disease.
Eating chocolate has been linked to an increase in heart disease. You know, according to, you know, let us say usual knowledge, we will say yes. But if you read, you know, the article, you will find that this is what? False. You know, eating chocolate has been linked to an increase in heart disease. So, according to the article, it will be what? False. Number three.
Can I read, teacher?
Yes. Yes, Ammar.
Fresh vegetables are healthier than frozen vegetables.
What do you think?
True.
Yes, according to our knowledge, we will say true. But if you read, you know, the article, you will find that it is what? False. They are the same. Fresh vegetables you know, all the time we know that the fresh vegetables are better than, you know, the frozen vegetables, and, you know, healthier than the frozen vegetables. But if you, when we read, you know, the article, we will discover that this is not true. It is false. Number 4, good. Qusay, read number 4.
Yes, teacher. Apples,
Read,
potatoes,
please.
and onions all taste the same when eaten while holding your nose.
Good. Apples, potatoes, onions all taste the same when eaten while holding your nose. Now, if you can try with this. You will find that this is true. According to the article, yes. If you hold your nose and, you know, eat these kinds of foods, you will find that the tastes are the same. So you realize that here taste depends on what? In smell. Okay, now number 5. Number 5. Who can read number 5? Yes.
Can I read, teacher?
Read. Read. Jimmy.
Okay. Red dye produced from grinding up insects is used in many foods items.
Red dye produced from grinding up insects is used in many food items. Really, you know, for me, I don't know the answer. So if you read the article, you will find that this is true. According to
Okay.
the article, yes, it is true. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Now let's move to the lesson. Sorry. Listen to the first paragraph. 1 minute just to share the audio. Listen to the first paragraph in the article. If there is no audio, just tell me.
1. Blowfish, which are considered a delicacy in Japan, contain deadly toxins. If not properly prepared, eating blowfish can lead to death by poisoning. Victims usually die within 4 to 24 hours of consuming the fish. Blowfish diners count on specially licensed chefs to prepare the fish safely.
So you realize that this is true according to the first, let us say, information. When say that many Japanese restaurants serve a kind of fish that can kill, you know, diners if they are not prepared well. So talking about a kind of fish, blowfish, which are considered, you know, a delicacy in Japan, contain deadly toxins, poisons. Toxin means poisons if they are not prepared well. Good. Now about the second, listen to the second, talking about the chocolate. Listen.
2. A number of studies have shown that chocolate consumption may reduce the risk of developing heart disease and cancer. Scientists believe that antioxidants reduce the chances of developing these diseases. Antioxidants are also thought to enhance blood flow and help maintain healthy cholesterol levels. Dark chocolate and cocoa powder are particularly rich sources of antioxidants. In fact, ounce for ounce, dark chocolate and cocoa have more antioxidants than antioxidant-rich foods like blueberries and green tea. Of course, it's not good to eat too much chocolate, but it's not a good idea to cut chocolate out altogether either.
Okay, talking about, you know, the benefit of chocolate. Here, talking about the studies which showed that chocolate eating may reduce the risk of developing heart disease and cancer. Now look at, you know, the third paragraph talking about the frozen vegetable. Listen.
3.
Frozen vegetables are at least as nutritious as fresh vegetables and may sometimes actually be healthier. Fresh vegetables are at their nutritional peak at the moment they are picked. However, they often spend days or weeks in transit, in the produce aisle, and in your refrigerator. Over time, vegetables lose vitamins and minerals. However, frozen vegetables are picked and frozen at their peak. Freezing locks the vitamins and minerals in. When you do buy fresh vegetables, try to pick out ones that seem fresh and have been grown locally.
Okay, according to this, paragraph, you will find that vegetables or frozen vegetables are better than the, fresh vegetables because, they keep the vitamins and minerals. Fourth one.
Four. Up to 80% of taste comes not from our taste buds, but from our sense of smell. Taste buds allow us to identify bitter, salty, sweet, and sour flavors, but we depend on the smell of foods to give us most of our sense of flavor. So without smelling the aroma of a food, it is difficult to distinguish one flavor from another. Incidentally, this is why food loses its flavor when you have a stuffed up nose.
So you realize that here, talking about, the taste, you realize, the taste, for example, of apples, potatoes, and onions depend on, the smell. So when you eat these vegetables or these, let us say fruit, while you are holding your nose, you will not, let us say, taste them. So it will depend on what? On smell. The last paragraph.
Five. Many food items with a deep red color, including fruit juices, candies, and gelatin, include a dye called cochineal, or carmine. This dye comes from the shells of the female cochineal insect, which is found in South and Central America. The dye has been used for centuries and dates back to the Aztecs.
Okay, so here it talks about what? About, the red dye, which comes from what? Cochineal, let us say, insects. Many food items with a deep red color, including fruit juices, candies, and gelatin, include a dye called what? Cochineal or caramel. This dye comes from the shells of the female cochineal insect. They are what? They are grinding and used in many food items. Okay, so this is about, the, let us say, listening. Now again, I think we read, the sentences. Look at the answers and try to put them in your book. These are the answers. Many Japanese restaurants serve a kind of fish that can kill diners within hours if it is not prepared. Probably, that's true according to the article. Eating chocolate has been linked to an increase in heart disease. This is according to the studies which have shown that, let us say, eating a lot of chocolate doesn't, let us say, responsible for, the increase in heart diseases. Number 3, here, fresh vegetables are healthier than frozen. No, according to the article, you will find that the frozen vegetables are better than the fresh vegetables. Number 4, apples, potatoes, and onions all taste the same when eaten while you're holding your nose. That's true, according to the article. Red dye produced from grinding up insects is used in many food items. This is also true. Now look here. Let's find food words. Fruits, for example. Here, the article is talking about some of the fruit. apple, blueberries, vegetables, carrots, broccoli, etc. Sweets, chocolate, candies, gelatin, and fish, blowfish. These words are mentioned in the article. Here we have another game. Let's find the flavor words. Flavor words. What do you think the first one? According to the article, I think. Here. What is the word related to the flavors words? Here, salty. I think bitter. Here, sweet, sour. Now, according to the article, here we are going to find words that mean, you know, these, let us say, expressions. Inexpensive and, you know, hard to find food. We have a word which has the same meaning. This is, you know, the quick check, exercise A. Look at your books on page 55. Number 1 is delicacy. Delicacy means, you know, inexpensive, or let us say, or hard to find food. Number 2, poisons. Which word has the same of poisons in the paragraph? In the first paragraph also. Who can try?
Deadly toxins.
Toxins, good. Toxins means poisons. Yes, toxins means poisons. Having, you know, legal permission to do something.
License.
Good, license. License. To keep something in good shape. To keep something in good shape. Maintain. The highest point. I think, you know, we have the word peak. Fragrant smell. Aroma. To be able to identify one from another means to distinguish, differentiate, distinguish, I think, distinguish, yes. To be able to identify one from another. Write them quickly, please. Okay, now let's move to exercise B. Answer, you know, true or false. Who can read the first one? According to the article. Yes. Kareem, are you here? Jamil?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Kareem, please read the first one.
Yalla, victims of blowfish poisoning suffer months of illness before they die.
I think it is what?
I think it's true, teacher.
False, because they, you know, they die quickly within hours. If you look at the first paragraph, you will find that the victims of the blowfish, they die within, you know, hours.
Okay.
Within, 4 to 24 hours. They usually die within 4 to 24 hours. Good. So the first one is false. They do not suffer months. Number 2, who can read?
Can I read an answer?
Yes.
Okay. Antioxidants can help prevent the development of heart disease. False. No, true, teacher. True.
True. Good. Good. Antioxidants can help prevent the development of heart disease. And this is in what? In, let us say, in chocolate. Yes, true. Now, what do you think, number 3, who can read about, the blueberries? Read. Yes, Abdullah.
Yes, sister.
Yes, read the third one, please.
Blueberries are the food richest in antioxidants.
Good. Mhm.
So the one that is rich with the dark chocolate.
Yes, false. If you look at paragraph number 2, you will find talks about, the let us say, blueberries. Dark chocolate and cocoa have more antioxidants than anti-rich food like blueberries and green tea. Good. Now, number 4. Who can read number 4?
Can I read, teacher?
Yes, Abdullah.
Fresh vegetables are at their nutritional peak when they are cooked. It's false.
False. Good. Fresh vegetables? No. Are at their nutritional peak when they are cooked? No. Good. Number 5. Who can read? Usai.
Can I read?
يلا يا محمد read. Our taste buds.
Our taste buds are responsible for only 20% of what we think of as a taste.
Good.
Um,
That's
true.
And 80%, is responsible for what? For the smell. Good. The last one, who can read? Yes, Qusay, read.
Yes.
Cochineal.
Cookie. إيش هي؟
Cochineal.
Cochineal has only been used as a dye for the last few decades.
I think yes. Not true. Yes, false. Has only been used as a dye for the last few decades. It is used up to now. It is used up to now. Good. So this is about, our lesson. Now go to your homework. I think we have a homework here.